This is my path, my journey. I'm willing to explain it all to you guys. No holding back anything. I just hope you're ready for the experience. And I just hope you can handle it. So, what's going on, guys? So, right now, tuning in. Well, then, here I am, tuning in once again, but this time from my bed. So, sitting on my bed, I just got done watching a TV show that, I used to watch this show as a kid. It's an anime show. And the anime is called Inuyasha. Now, a lot of people used to watch Inuyasha, and I literally, my girl hasn't seen it, and neither has my daughter. So, like, we literally just watch Inuyasha together, like, when we're eating dinner or something, or, whatever. And, I just got done watching the last episode. I used to watch it as a kid, and it just had me thinking, like, the shows that we watch, the things that we watch as kids really can mold the person, right? I also believe that sometimes, like, the things that we watch, there's messages in a lot of things, right? And for those who have not watched Inuyasha, it's like an anime show, about demons and love, and a demon falling in love with a human, and interdimensional travel, and I don't know, shit that is down my alleyway anyways. But it just made me think that as a kid, there's so many people that have gone down the spiritual psychedelic path or whatever, that as a kid we were always us. We're always, it's almost like we were trying to find ourselves, right? And like with me, I would find myself into the shows that I would watch, and the shows I would watch, like, thinking back, like, as a kid, the shows that I would watch the most, like, Inuyasha was one of the most impactful, because, like, it was one of my favorite shows as a kid, like, honestly. And I was really into anime too, like, and then also, like, just normal anime like Dragon Ball Z and Yu-Gi-Oh and Beyblade, and Inuyasha. But Inuyasha was a little deeper than some of those things. Some of those things weren't as deep as the others, but it's like, I don't know. I feel like what you watch has a lot to do with, I don't know. It shapes you, it molds you, it brainwashes you, honestly. Everything you consume, you are brainwashing yourself. You're willingly brainwashing yourself just by watching this video. Like, literally. That's how real this brainwashing shit is. People say, "Oh, the government has us brainwashed," and TV will brainwash you, and people don't realize, really what brainwashing is. It's like, I think that we brainwash ourselves every day. No matter what we do, we are gonna be brainwashed. We just have to choose whether we are the ones brainwashing ourselves or whether somebody else is brainwashing you. Because if it's like, if I'm brainwashing myself by only allowing myself to watch certain things, consume certain things, then you are in a sense brainwashing yourself. Now, I think that it's all about self control. I think there should be a balance. There should always be a balance. Hold on, 2 seconds. But nah, realistically, I think that TV is neither bad or good. I think the internet is neither bad nor good. I think technology is neither bad nor good. I think watching, Netflix, and fucking going in, I feel like it's not bad nor good. It's all about balance. It's all about self control, and it's all about knowing yourself. Because I mean, if you literally, I was thinking to myself, like, if you literally have no goals, no dreams, no drive, you have nothing to live for. I mean, I guess you're living, you have life to live for. You're happy. It's not like you're depressed or anything. It's just, let's say you don't have kids or you don't have this or you don't have this or that. And, it's like, then realistically, I mean, you could sit down and watch Netflix, and do your thing if that's what makes you happy. If you have no goals, then that means you're going to go out with no regrets anyways because, you didn't really have that, I guess, that drive to want to accomplish something before, I don't know. It's just like with me, I've always had a goal since I was a kid. Since I was 11 years old, my goal was to be a rapper. Now, I kind of gave up that goal for a while to just find myself, and I had to find myself because I had to. I don't know, what I rap about now has changed. So it's like, the things I was rapping about back in the day, it was kind of trash and shit. But at the same time, it wasn't. In my mind, at the time, it really wasn't. But, like, I guess, I don't know. I think that even the music we consume brainwashes us. But it's like you have to have that balance. Now, and if you have that balance, then it's okay for you to listen. Maybe you're like the most peaceful, because there's so many stereotypes of a hippie, but like maybe you fit the fucking stereotype of a hippie and you're like a perfect hippie, right? And like, but yet you love this rap song that's like fucking nigga, shoot him in the face, huh? I don't care, nigga. What is this? Some rap music is like, but like, maybe you are a peaceful, loving monk, but yet you love one song like that by 21 Savage or something. Who knows? Like maybe you fuck with that, and it's like that's okay if the majority of your day is not consuming that. Because if you consume that all day, that will have negative side effects, that will not necessarily negative because negative is just my perspective. You know, it will have side effects. It will have an effect. It will change the way you are feeling, interacting, talking, expressing yourself. Man. Still dying from that hit. But nah, I think that it's okay to watch, some shit. It's okay to watch, Netflix and for me, I don't necessarily watch Netflix. Like I like Hulu because like I said, there's certain shows that I will get into, and I have self discipline. This is my routine, right? I believe that routine is key. Now I've been falling off of my routine. Like I used to have a straight routine where I wake up, do my thing, do this, and I do kind of still have a similar routine, but I've been falling off. Um, and I've been falling off slacking, and I need to get on my shit. But like at the same time, I've been having this routine where I only watch non-real things, I guess. Um, for like an hour or so a day. So, for example, an hour or so, what I mean is like, so, uh, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, maybe I'll sit down and watch, some cartoons or watch something else, but only while I'm eating breakfast, lunch, or dinner, and it's like, I just think that self discipline is key here. There's too many people that will sit and just binge on, TV show after TV show. Now that we have Netflix, we don't have to wait for like next week to watch the next episode. Like we don't gotta do that shit anymore. We just go on Netflix and we click play and it'll keep playing episode 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and down the line until that season and it's done. Then you go to the next season, then you go to the next season, then you find another show, then you do the same thing with another show. Now trust me, I'm only saying this because I used to live that. I used to do that same thing when Netflix first came out. I used to do that same thing, but there comes a point where you just got to realize you can't do that shit because that shit's gonna put you nowhere. It's gonna get you nowhere. It's not good to take and take without giving. Now, I feel like as much as we consume, we should be creating. Now, in my point of view, I feel like as much as I'm trying to create, I'm not creating enough because I'm trying to create too much at the same time. And it's just like I said, you got to know yourself. If you are the type of person that does not, I don't know, like I have so many different goals, and like even the goals I have now, they can completely change. And in the next, let's say all my goals go away right now, and I have no goals, right? And the next week, I would end up with five new goals. Like that's just the type of person I am. I don't know. I'm just very goal oriented type of person, and I think that having self discipline with what you watch, having self discipline with how long you allow yourself to watch it is key because you got to remember that you're brainwashing yourself. So also be conscious with what you're watching. So many people are focused on like what they're just consuming as an eating because I was a vegan for like 2 months and maybe even less than that honestly. And then I was vegetarian for like 9 months and then I gave that up just kind of recently, like a month ago, for a fucking Big Mac at McDonald's. But, I'm not gonna necessarily beat myself up about it because it's like, dude, I haven't had meat in like fucking 9, 10 months. It's like, nah, I'm fucking proud of myself because, it's just I don't know. I think people need to look at the balance. You can't. Not everyone, not everything is meant for everyone. That's why I say like it's like this shit works for me, right? I said it, in many videos. These things work for me. All I can say and speak upon is my personal experiences, and my personal experience, like literally, is like as long as I have self discipline with only watching Inuyasha, like the reason why I mentioned Inuyasha in the beginning is because that's the show I've been watching is Inuyasha. So it's like, you know, and I don't know. I've also been watching it like with my daughter, which allows her to just, I don't know, kind of see that like this is what I used to watch, and my daughter's 7, so it's like, I was about 8, yeah, like 8 maybe when I discovered Inuyasha. So like it's about the same age, and it's like, I don't know. I just think that it is fucking needed that we have a little downtime as well. But people get caught up in the trap and they think that because they work so hard, they need more downtime. It's like you have to have self discipline enough to realize that if you have a goal and you want that goal, if you want to be above average, you have to do more than the average people do. That's just reality. That's just the way it is. So with a set way of living or a routine of life, I feel like there's things throughout that because lately with my kratom, I stopped taking kratom for 8 days, but then I started taking kratom again because it's like, why the fuck not, if I could just stop whenever I want. So it's like, um so now I'm taking kratom again, and like I've been getting this ritual with it because I've been, I was researching, I guess matcha and like the way of tea and just the way that the Japanese like do tea ceremonies and how it's like the whole thing's a meditation, and I've been kind of doing that with the way I take my kratom. And sometimes I'll just, we have the modern day world nowadays, so I could just go on YouTube and just type in you know outside nature sounds in the morning, or nature sounds in the rainforest, and then you can go through the videos and eventually you'll find some that are like not looped, where it's like it's just a recording of actual this place, and outside, and you can have the video playing or whatever, but you can sit there and just vibe. And that's what I like to do in the morning. And I've been doing that lately for like the first 30 minutes of my kratom. Like for the first 30 minutes, as long as I'm doing that, I can feel the I don't know. It's like you can feel the kratom start to work. You can feel it as it's starting to creep up in your body better. If you're just sitting there meditating, kind of like in this, you don't even have to have your eyes closed. It's just being in the moment with the plant, with the experience, with the nature sounds that are going on. And when it starts getting warm, I'm just going to go out in the morning before I take my kratom and go out down by the river, even if it is like a, 20 minute walk. It's like, I'm just going to walk, go down by the river, and, I'm going to do this out actually in nature. Now, this is just what I want to start doing every day, and this is going to kind of push me and force me to go outside every day. But I think that the fact that, like, I don't allow myself to watch more than, like 3 times a day I have chances to watch this. Now, I don't watch, cartoons or others, or Netflix type things or Hulu type things unless, you know, all the time. I mean, like, I don't watch it every breakfast, lunch, and dinner. The majority of the time, literally in life, like literally, if you really want to know reality, I mean, you can ask anyone, who really is in my intermediate, life here, but like, literally, I analyze, I guess. I go through and I learn, and I want to understand, and meaning also I want to understand people. Like, that's why I love YouTube, because that's why I get subscribed to a lot of channels. I go through people's channels. I like, by going through people's channels, you get to know them as people. You get to know their points of view. You get to know, a lot, sometimes their life stories, depending on the type of YouTuber they are and depending on how open they are to YouTube. And and I've been able to depict, like, I can see realness through a screen now. Through a fucking screen. I can tell, like, dude, they're being real just because you could see it throughout the collective of their videos. Like, if they have 16 videos, you're like, fuck it, or at least I am. Sometimes it's like, fuck it. If it's goddamn 1, 2 in the morning and there's nothing else to do, shit, watch all their videos, and here it is, 3 in the morning, and now, like, I have a collective of the type of person they are, their knowledge, whatever. My issue is that, like, just briefly want to explain, my issue is that I don't comment enough. I don't get into it enough with that. Because in the beginning, YouTube for me was just consuming. And then, I had the YouTube channel where I would put out. But, like, and now it's like connect. Like, I had a conversation today with Quantum Kitty. Um, she has a YouTube channel. If you guys want to go check it out, the link will be in the description below. All of her YouTube channels, because she got affected as well with the censorship that went on. She just can't. She still has her channel. She just can't use her main channel. But there's just, I think that, this is like, there's a lot of issues going on in the world right now. There's a lot of things going on. And I think that if we can just realize that we have to focus on the self as well, like, as a human culture, I feel like having self-discipline in our life, in the things we do, with the way that we do things, with the way that we think, with the way that what we allow ourselves to think about. You know what I mean? Like, that whole letting go thing, like, it's just sometimes you gotta let go. And, it's like you gotta let go of thinking about things that don't need to be thought about in the moment. Like, if it's like, it's all comes down to self-control. It's like, if for example, if you're hanging out with your friends, and it's like, and you guys are just having, a great time. Maybe you guys are drinking, or maybe you guys are smoking, or maybe you guys are partying, or whatever the fuck or maybe you guys are reading books together. Who knows what you do with your friends, but whatever you do with your friends, if you're sitting there just doing your thing, why do you need to, it would be a almost wild, out of bounds type thought, if you were to think, huh, I wonder if somebody broke in the house, I don't know. Or I wonder if somebody's going to break in the house, or just randomly thinking random shit. There's no need to worry, or it's like, man, I can't pay the, next month my car payment's due in like 60 days. And, there's no reason to worry about those things in the moment. Just like, there's no need to worry that, oh, maybe I'm watching too much Netflix, or maybe I'm watching too much of this or that. It's like, there's no need to worry about these things. Just analyze yourself. You have to know yourself. That's really what it comes down to. Self-discipline, knowing yourself, it's okay to watch Netflix. It's okay to do whatever. But at the same time, you have to have self-discipline, because I only allow myself to watch things like that time, like that small amount of time, like, because throughout the rest of the day, I'm living for what I believe in and what I'm doing, and I have goals and dreams and hopes and beliefs, and I have hope that things, reality is gonna get crazy, but I have hope in consciousness. And I really think that, it's all about self-discipline, because I right now it's a critical moment right now. And it's a critical moment in history. It's a critical moment in my life. It's a critical moment in your life, because in reality, you know, if we don't find a way to have balance, self-control, discipline, because it's not about realistically, it's not about completely leaving the matrix. Because if you completely leave the matrix, then you're leaving the physical realm, and that's what we do when we die. It isn't the point to be human while we're here, though. So